So for those in the audience that are really anxious to reach some conclusions from the fairy tale, from the famous fairy tale. So let me spoil it for you. Let me spoil it. At least some of it. I will spoil it for you and draw the conclusion. At least one conclusion. It's not the only conclusion, but one that is very relevant to you. What was the mistake of King David? It's not really difficult to understand because, I mean, for obvious similarities to the Bible, to the stories in the Bible. But in general, the problem was very similar to the problem that occurred during the 80s, even though in the 1980s in this planet, even though your crimes were, I mean, the crime of your ancestors, or, I mean, the people that, I mean, were, I mean, you know, in intelligence services before you were much more serious because it's not only that they didn't move arms and legs, only mouths and tongues, but I mean, they actually benefited from I mean, many of them reaped, like, you know, benefit from this, like, I mean, chronic inability to move arms and legs. But in practice, what brought them their suffering and their death is the same, I mean, almost the same kind of, like, I mean, chronic problem that the immortals at the time of King David had, which means they could not respond to a threat that materialized before them, and they understood that it's going to be a serious threat, a huge threat, and neither them nor their king, I mean, could not move arms and legs, at least not, I mean, swiftly enough when it was needed. They moved their mouths and tongues. And I'm sure that by now, I mean, my audience, I mean, they are fed up with kind of like listening to me speaking about arms and legs and mouths and tongues. But I'm not here to, to supply you, you know, daily innovation or daily new kind of like proverbs from all over the galaxy every day. No, I'm here to tell you the truth. The truth is simple, and I tell you every day the truth, like for more than a couple of years. The truth is not new every day. The truth is the same every day. The truth is the following: your inability to move arms and legs against the Nazi state of Israel will most certainly result in the destruction of all the intelligence services of this world. But unlike in the 1980s, now it will be much more severe, because we do not repeat the same thing again and again and again. No, this time we will make sure that humanity will not be able to again be in a position when they speak for so long without moving arms and legs. This will be a holocaust to humankind. It will start with the intelligence services, but it will not end there. No. So yes, I mean, you want to draw a conclusion, but the conclusion is already before you. No, intelligence, like species, are immortal or not immortal. They are expected to move arms and legs when needed, not mouths and tongues. Not when, I mean, when innocent people are tortured. No. When innocent people are tortured, you and every other sentient creature and every intelligent species are required to move arms and legs. Yes, I say it every day for so long. Yes, I mean, maybe you can't hear it. I mean, but you can listen to it. But this is true. I mean, what do you want me to do? To lie to you? So, I mean, so you will get new messages? Do you want me to fabricate new kind of like fairy tales that, I mean, will give you innovative or original lessons? But I mean, this is not reality. This is not real, and this is not true. The truth is that people that are better than you, I mean, by substantial, I mean, substantially better than you, and also substantially, also they had like technologies that are substantially like better than what you have, and they had like much better kind of conditions of living because they could live to very very like long age and like very very old age, and they had much better health than you can ever dream of. These people suffered unimaginable or almost unimaginable defeat because both them and their leader could not move arms and legs when needed. And it was in a situation that was much morally, or ethically much more favorable to them than your own situation. Like your situation is similar but much worse because you benefit from this torture. And it was like that during the 1980s and it's still like this now. So what do you want me to do? To invent new messages, new lessons? No, it's the same lesson. You are, first of all of the intelligence services of the world will be just annihilated. But second, it will not end there like in the 1980s. But now, we, the chaos, will make sure that this does not repeat itself again. We are not here to repeat, the same thing again and again and again. No. This time humanity will be nerfed to a situation when they cannot, continue to close their eyes to the suffering of so many sentient beings. No. We will not listen to your mouths and tongues like for additional decades now. No, we've listened enough. Enough decades, more than 100 years that we listen to your mouths and tongues. This is enough. We don't need more than that. We had enough of mouths and tongues. You don't want to listen to it? You had enough of it. You already listened to it for so long. I'm sorry for you. I'm not here to give you entertainment. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to tell you the truth. The truth is simple. You have to move arms and legs if you want. Maybe it's too late already. Maybe by the time that you listen to it, all of you are perished already. But if not, you should understand. There is no more time. There is no more time to think or to speak or whatever. You need to move arms and legs, not metaphorical ones, real ones. You need to run to Israel, not walk to Israel. Run. You need to run from outside of Israel into Israel. And you need to rescue the representative and his daughters from the Nazi hell. And you need to do it using force. And you need to do it without any movement of mouths and tongues. Any movement at all.